Hello students, today I'm going to show you how to create a very easy starburst effect using the motion blur. First thing that we're going to do is duplicate our layer twice, because what we're going to do is we are going to create a motion blur in two different directions. So I'm first going to select our top one, go to Filter, Blur, and Motion Blur. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change my angle to 45 degrees and make the distance of my pixels, which might normally be set here, all the way to the end to create like a full blur. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to take the eyeball off of this one and select this layer, Filter, Blur, and Motion Blur. And this time I'm going to go in the opposite direction and do a negative 45 degrees, which creates kind of a blur again in that opposite direction. Now what we're going to do is turn that eyeball back on here, click on the top layer, and I'm going to go over to my blending modes over here, and I'm going to change this to screen. Now we kind of have a cross-hatch kind of look across the picture there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to merge down or kind of connect these two layers here. So with this one selected, I'm going to go to Layer and merge down, so that actually blends those into one. And now what I want to do so that I can actually see some of my picture is I now want to add that effect again, that blending mode of screen, so that it mixes with the background. And now you can see we have our picture. Now it looks a little bit light, so what we want to do is we want to go up to Image, Adjustments, and Levels. And what we want to do is we want to bring that black slider over to the bottom of our little hill there, and you can see it brings back a lot of the vibrance in the picture there. And one last added touch so that we can maybe not have so much star across her, which is our main subject here, is to add a layer mask, and we're going to actually just delete off of some of this effect over top of that. So we're going to set foreground color to black, go up to our brush tool. I would choose one of these kind of softer looking brushes here, but make my size much larger. And one thing I want you to do up here is change the opacity to about 20%. It's normally going to be at 100, but we want kind of our pulling away to look more natural. And so what we're going to do, as you can see here, is we're pulling off some of that starburst just over her, so she is a little bit more visible, and that star-crossed effect is more on the rest of the image. So what you're going to want to do is find a picture or take a picture that is appropriate to create this effect upon. Could be something you saw here. My original picture actually was not very bright. It was actually kind of a dull day color, but by the effect that we used, it kind of brightened it up a lot. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a sunny picture, but it should be something that will, lend itself to this kind of star-crossed effect. Good luck!